Hello, in part one of this talk, I described some thoughts about spiritual guides and helpers. I'm going to go on now to say a few things about angels. Now, there are many honest, decent mediums and spiritual teachers who testify that they're in regular contact with the angelic world, even holding daily conversations, appealing for guidance in their work or, for example, for healing for their clients. And humanity has been fascinated by the subject of angels for millennia, and a great deal of detailed knowledge has apparently been handed down from above, beginning with Zoroastrianism. This in turn had a profound influence on the angelology in Hebrew scriptures, where there are 3 spheres far in advance of the 7 planes that we ordinary folk have to work through in the afterlife. Why 3? Surely the almighty source of all creation would not be content with such a small number. Or perhaps all these planes and spheres interpenetrate each other in parallel worlds and multiple universes. It's said that these spheres contain 9 choirs with different heavenly jobs, the seraphim and cherubim, the virtues, the powers, and so on. Down on the bottom rung are angels. There are lots of them. According to the book of Revelations, chapter 10, I heard the voice of many angels around the throne, and the number of them was myriads of myriads. You have to feel sorry for them though, because virtually every medium and angel author seems to bypass them completely and go straight to the archangels for advice. We have Zadkiel, the archangel of forgiveness, and of course, we have Gabriel, the messenger. If we're going through a lot of uncomfortable change, we put a call in to Azrael. They've all got their special rays of light in different colours, and like our guides, they all appear to be male. We're told that archangels can be in several places at once, which must be useful with so many demands on their services. And they can intervene in our lives if we're in a tough spot. But they can't interfere with our free will, which is a bit of a paradox. Again, suppose there's a tragic accident in which several people are killed and one survives. Did only one archangel turn up for work that day? Now, I'm not suggesting that there are no guides or gatekeepers, guardian angels or seraphim. It's just that these theories are not very helpful to us here on Earth. Surely the bottom line for humanity as we try to live meaningful lives is that we take personal responsibility for our own actions and our responses to challenges, instead of ascribing strange events to some supernatural agent. That's like praying to Zeus for rain. When strangeness happens, our first instinct should be to look for a natural explanation. And when we have a problem, we must take personal responsibility. This is not to deny, of course, that we all need some outside support at times. We turn to our close friends, professional experts, or Google. Who we turn to depends on who we think is likely to be helpful based on our previous experience. Now, I take this approach further in my novel The Unbroken, a love story in mysterious worlds. Our heroine Eva has passed over and found herself alone on a strange, beautiful island with no idea of how or why she's there. She has no religious belief, but she needs to find some answers. As she adjusts, she forms a close personal relationship with the only life forms around her, animals and trees, and it is nature that first responds to her needs, helping to clear her mind. This is not such a strange notion. It's been proved, for example, that forest walking improves cognitive function, lowers blood pressure, stress hormones, and so on. In a spiritual world, we would surely be more aware of the spirits of nature. Yet this is not enough. A human being needs a more familiar advisor, one with some kind of body and a face. Having explored her island, Eva at last finds herself in a grey, misty area where nothing is clear, yet she follows her impulse to find guidance through archways on rocky paths, along dark tunnels to a cave deep within a mountain. Archetypes of the subconscious.
There was a vast cavern, bathed in that special light with mineral colours flashing in the rock and a pool of the clearest white water at the centre. 7 white stone steps led down from just beyond the doorway to an arched bridge over the pool that led in turn to wide ledges cut into the rock, like the seats of a Roman amphitheatre. And there were 5 people sitting on them, 3 of whom wore simple, long white robes and looked androgynous, whilst a little way off sat a kindly-looking monk and a more austere bearded figure in black robes.
Now this is pretty much what Eva's mind would expect, the ethereal beauty of this place hidden deep below ground, the symbolic bridge, the 7 steps, the religious men and higher worldly remote authority figures. Indeed, these elders are discussing her situation in abstract philosophical phrases. Suppose they knew the truth, some of whatever truth there is, the truth that doesn't undermine free will. Fear remains endemic. People always bow to authority, avoid conflict. In the end, the truth is what they want to believe anyway. The minister is not as forbidding as he looks. He invites Eva to sit beside him, patting her hand reassuringly. "I think it's time we got to know one another better, Evichka," he says. "Would you like some tea?" He touches her forehead lightly.
I found myself sitting outside the cabin at a table on which were 2 cups, a teapot, a sugar bowl and an ashtray. I was dumbstruck by the incongruity of the scene and the fact that he was now wearing a colourful short-sleeved shirt and knee-length grey shorts. To confound me further, he then produced a packet of woodbines from the top pocket of his shirt and took out the small picture card inside.
"Ah, good, I haven't got this one. Look, it's Kate Tyrrell, Irish girl, Captain the Denbighshire Lass. Would you like one?"
He offered the pack to me. Of course, he waved a hand over the table.
"We cannot actually taste them, but old habits die hard, eh?" Exactly. Even those in the spirit worlds see what they want and expect to see.